Pat?
This is going to be a topic that push and pull. We were going to not talk about. It was going to make the intro. How many times can we talk about this every week? The Intellivision Amico. They officially announced their delay. Everyone knew it was coming a day after our last podcast. We knew it was coming. It's officially going to be 10/10/21. This is their second delay that they're doing. Their third release date, which is fine and dandy. Of course, they blame the pandemic and COVID because it's an easy whipping boy at this point. Hey, our console's not ready because we can't get parts. It might be true somewhat. It might not be true. All I know is this. This is the second delay. So we still had COVID back when they announced the first delay in August to delay it to April. So it's just, we had the same situation. So again, to me, it's just bad project management and the fact that they're a year behind development and we don't even know how many games are finished, which we'll get to in a bit. So whatever, you get another mulligan. This is the last mulligan you should get, though. I think once you delay something a third time, I think that's when you get all bets are off. Once you get to a third delay,
you've started to see people on various forums, Reddit, etc. They're starting to get a little bit more nervous.
Yeah, because Reddit is not a circle jerk like Atari Age has been.
No.
Which, by the way, there's now a whole sub-forum for the Intellivision Amico on Atari Age, which I had no idea that it warranted a sub-forum. Albert, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just going to ask that. Sorry, go on, Ian.
I forgot what I was going to say because I care so much about the Amico.
So on Reddit, people are getting
people are starting to get it seems like people are seeming to get a little bit more nervous about it. And people are I'm starting to see more pushback against some of these game trailer videos that are
being pumped out now,
that are being pumped
twice a week,
because there's been delays, and now people are starting to wonder. They're starting to wonder, I think, about the truthfulness of statements that have been made in the past by Tommy Tellerico, how you do that trick. Sorry, to the tune of you know the song, The Cure.
No, I don't think I do.
Tell me.
Okay.
Anyway, so what I'm getting at here is, for instance, there was a video released recently.
The launch update.
I'm not saying the launch. There's a video released recently for Space Strikers, a game that we had seen a couple months ago.
No, we saw it back in August.
Okay, back in August.
Real quickly, yes. It's the 2D combination of Rocket League, like Rocket League,
Star Castle.
Or where you have targets that circular targets, and you have 4 players on the screen, and you hit a ball around to score it in the goal. You knock off the barrier, and then you get in the goal. But you can also grab it and use physics to like throw the ball. It looks like it's a very simple single screen game. I thought it looked okay.
Yeah, at the time I mentioned that I thought it looked fun enough. It was definitely one of the ones that I pointed out, and I was like, that one could be fun. So they posted a video showing gameplay, and they posted it on the
Space Strikers.
Yeah, they posted it on the official Amico account as gameplay, but they showed it running on a PC with Xbox One controllers.
Well, they say these are 4 German developers, and they say we are playing on the PC version.
Yeah,
that's what they say, and they're playing with Xbox controllers, all 4 of them. So it's like, okay.
What was said, I believe, by Tommy was that they were unable to they did not have access to 4 Amico controllers.
Yeah, this is what they said. Real quick, this is what they said. Because the top comments, to Tommy's credit, are not deleted. In quotes, Amico exclusive title. In quotes, we're playing on the PC version. This is a comment. Question mark? Tommy says, almost every game ever made uses a PC hooked up to a development kit to create it. Smiley face. They did not have access to 4 Amico controllers, and the implementation on the mobile app has not been optimized, so they played it directly from the PC instead. Here's the deal. It says, the video title says Space Strikers gameplay. Little space and that fucking vertical line, Intellivision Amico. The assumption is that this is Intellivision Amico gameplay we're seeing. That's the assumption, the reasonable assumption, if you're posting it on your official Intellivision channel, that we are seeing Amico gameplay. That is the assumption. That's not a bad assumption. That's a reasonable assumption to make.
It's also been stated numerous times that Unity is being used, so I don't think there is actually anything particularly special for a dev kit necessary. It's a PC game until it makes its way to the Amico. Not an Amico game being developed on the PC, if what I'm saying makes sense.
Sure.
They're literally just running the Unity version of the game.
Matt Smith says, I'm also confused why they're advertising Amico but playing it on a PC with Xbox controllers. Another comment, as much as I love the Amico, I'm beginning to think the fancy controller might be its Achilles heel. That's the first thing we ever said about this, that the controller is terrible. The first thing, besides the Intellivision names, like the controller has to go.
And we were called idiots for this. We were chastised for daring to think that a controller that no one fondly remembers would be a good idea for your system that's not chasing fans of the... Anyway.
One more from Ninja Kitty Games. I thought all Amico games were exclusive. And how come they didn't show or explain how it would play differently on the Amico controller? Great point, Ninja Kitty Games. One response was, all games will be exclusive or will have an exclusive add-on / extra that is unique to the Amico. That doesn't mean it's exclusive anymore, by the way. It is.
Yeah, that's redefining the word exclusive.
Yeah, that's not what the word exclusive means. So this game's not going to be an exclusive because it's been reported that this is a game called, what is it? Neon Shifters.
Yes.
So this is a game they're also developing. I saw one in German video. My German's not that great, but when they say the word Nintendo Switch in German in their dev video, I don't think that translates to anything else but Nintendo Switch that they mentioned. So they mentioned Intellivision Amico and Nintendo Switch. So I think this game is coming to Nintendo Switch.
I believe someone said on their LinkedIn there was a mention of at least a PC version. So it seems like this is definitely not an exclusive. And my whole reason for bringing it up was quickly just to make this point. Constantly we've been told that the system is 99.9% ready. It's almost done. If it wasn't for... They were ready to release it in October. They were ready to... This should have been ready to release it, but it's the supplies and things. My question is, you are not... If you cannot get the controller, the unique controller for your system into the hands of your devs, you are far further behind than I think anyone realizes.
Or wants to,
you were not any... I feel like if they don't have those controllers, they probably weren't... They had to have known, I think, in October that they weren't ready to release in April. That's just too far behind. I mean, number one thing, if you're telling them that it's going to be unique because of the controller and how it controls, they should have access to that to make sure that it's working with the game as intended.
We always talked about the timelines, not just for production, but if you're going to release a game console, you must have everything locked down several months beforehand. There's too many moving pieces not to have it locked down. You can do minor updates to your console, but your launch games have to be just about ready to go. Your infrastructure, your store, all the server stuff, that's got to be tested and ready. You can't be trying to hammer that stuff out while the stuff's on the boat from China coming over. Sure. That's danger. You imagine shipping a console, not having that stuff ready. You go to connect it and you can't play your console or get any of the games or download new games. Like, this has to be ready. So it's alarming. Real quick, this Intellivision Amico launch update video for investors, basically, because it's a horrible video, has all the suits talking about, making sure our goals are aligned and Ian's corporate speak that he loves so much.
Jesus, everyone looks so stressed in that video.
It's a hostage video just about. He lured everyone into the Amico office. You're going to do this video. They have to for the investors, because now if you invested in this a month ago, all of a sudden you got a video saying, oh, by the way, it's like coming out in April, which everyone knew. I gave it a negative chance coming out in April. It's going to be now coming out for October. So you got to keep the investors satiated and hooked, and potentially get new ones. Hans Ippisch said that they were planning some sort of like in-person European, demo blitz for March, and said, well, we had to cancel that because of all the stuff going on. You wouldn't have known months ago that in March we'd still have the same issues due to COVID that we had back in October or November. I mean, is there either no foresight or no project manager going on, or you're just waiting again until the last minute to cancel this shit or to delay it? And that's what it comes down to at this point. It's a terrible video. I cannot believe they put it on the channel. It must have been for the investors on Republic, but it's just a terrible, terrible video. So they also did the Bomb Squad. You can't even call it a teaser. I mean, what is it? an announcement video where they show, it says like in-game engine gameplay of them showing like all the dials and the buttons and all the color stuff. I guess when you play Bomb Squad on the Intellivision Amico, in theory, eventually that's how the interface will look. It's a proof of concept, I guess, but not even.
Well, it's weird to me because it's a teaser, but we already had a teaser for Bomb Squad. We got a teaser for Bomb Squad in the August video
with no gameplay.
With no gameplay. But this is a shorter teaser, a different shorter teaser, still with no gameplay.
It's like this. What might be the interface with your buttons, different color coded things, and it says like gyroscope, accelerometer, LED lighting, speaker, microphone, touchscreen, force feedback. So I guess all the things you will use to disengage the bomb. But you literally see it for 15 seconds. Is this game going to be ready to come out? It says exploding on, what's the date? The Back to the Future date. Oh, it's going to be a launch title potentially.
The developer may. I mean, and here's the thing. I want to, and I always feel like I maybe don't say this enough. Developers who were approached with money, who are trying their hands at this, by all means, I mean, go for it. This developer may have an idea and may be ready to go with it, but we also, when you look at this teaser, it says that it uses every aspect of the Amico controller. I honestly think this could be a very interesting game if it was done right and, released properly. But
we haven't seen every aspect of the Amico controller.
We haven't, and if the people who are making that Space Striker game can't get a hold of 4 Amico controllers to demo their game, does this guy have Amico controllers in hand? What's he waiting on?
We have not seen a controller function, I believe, yet with the LEDs on it. We have not seen that yet.
No, we did once on the wheel.
On the wheel we did?
Yeah.
But did we see it with a game in concert?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Do we see the well, we don't know if the gyroscope works because when it flips upside down, it's not flipping the controls. Yeah. This is not giving me confidence. What's also not giving me confidence is the fact that the 4 devs, when they're playing Space Strikers, they're all using an Xbox controller because that's the type of controller you should use to play a game like that. That's not going to be available if you buy the Amico. You're going to have 2 packed-in controllers, and then you're going to download an app to play a game like Space Strikers, which requires twitchy, quick arcade controllers on your phone.
Yeah.
You're going to be at a huge disadvantage versus the people using an actual, tactile controls. Huge disadvantage, which again goes to show that it's a horrible idea to do those controllers and then have that. I would hope that they sort of switch course and say, okay, we'll do a Bluetooth connectivity for some of these arcade games. Because obviously for Space Strikers, you don't need to use the Amico controller on its surface.
No.
It's up, down, left, right, and a button for the physics thing, maybe a second button for like shield or what have you. Like that's all it is.
And most of these games, the further along they come, the more we see you don't need the Amico controller to do anything special on it.
They'll force it with Bomb Squad, I guess. That'll be the one.
Sure. And I do think Breakout will play better with a dial than it would just a standard motion.
It's not a dial, though.
But you could also play it. No, it shows it rotating.
It's spin. You can spin it?
It's been shown spinning, yeah.
It's not just pressing around. It's actually, you can spin it?
I'm pretty sure it's been shown spinning.
Okay.
If not, then there's even less of a
I think it's more like an NES Max. You have to press it around.
That would not surprise me. But at one point,
I'm sure we'll get corrected.
I thought it was supposed to be used as a
spinner?
As a spinner as well.
Like the old Bally Astrocade controllers where you can press them or spin them?
God, if that's not true, then like the last thing I thought interesting about that system is gone.
Have we seen the discs spin? Because the original Intellivision, they didn't spin.
No, I know it didn't.
It's a thumb pad with 64. It's an analog, basically.
Well, if it doesn't spin,
I don't think it spins,
even dumber. It's even dumber.
You're holding out that it could spin so you can play Breakout.
I wouldn't be playing Breakout because I'm not.
Well, you can play it on the computer.
I'm not spending. Well, that's also where I was going. So Moon Patrol has been shown playing on a phone.
Yes, it's a phone app.
It's a phone app. Breakout has been shown being played with a mouse. Finnegan Fox is Fox and Forest. You can play that on with any controller. So Bomb Squad is really the one that is like, I feel like that's the one you would definitely want to show some gameplay of to really show off what your controller can do.
But they probably don't
But
have
they
that
don't.
all ready to go. So they
And
can't.
the only reason they're not showing it is because they can't show it. They don't have it ready to go. They're not waiting for a special time to show this.
No. So we're going to have probably small drips up until October here. Unfortunately, if you pre-ordered one, after the shenanigans of trolling us, there were some people that said, I'm not interested anymore, give me my money back. But this is the last chance. This is it. You get 3 strikes, you're basically out. At this point.
Yeah, no, I don't.
There's only so long you could blame something that's ongoing that you can account for. Either you're lying or you're incompetent. It's one or the other.
Right.
At that point. So all right, we were betting on percentages. I think I said 30% chance that it comes out. I said 10 or 30% in the summer. That was originally postulated. What percentage this comes out in October, Ian? And people have it in their hands on 10/10/21. And we're going to be totally analytic here and not try to use our biases here to predict this. With all you know and what all you've seen, will this be in people's hands 10/10/21?
Do I personally? No, I don't think it will be. If I had to give it a percentage, I'd say it's a coin toss.
You think it's 50-50? You're always a little more optimistic than me.
Because this is the
Too
other
big
thing
to fail?
this is the other thing that comes that comes along with the Amico. I think he's going to, no matter what, his personality is going to shove something out the door and get it in people's hands. But people keep acting like the launch of the Amico would be the celebration. It's like, that's getting to the starting line. That's just getting to the starting line.
You know what? Someone we both respected a lot. I won't say who they were. When the Coleco Chameleon was being developed, one person told me, someone I love, said, if there's a person who can pull it off, it's Mike Kennedy, based upon their past experience.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I won't tell you. I'll tell you in private who said that to me. Someone I love and respect told that to me. Past experience is not a future indicator of success. Your past, history. I will give this. I'm going to be totally. This is me being totally reasonable. I'm going to give this a 28% chance it comes out. So a little better than 1 in 4. That's not terrible odds. No one took me up on my bet that it would have come out in April when I gave you 4-1. Surprise! none of the insider access folks, for some reason, said that. I'll give it a 28% chance it comes out in October.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 33 would be.
Oh no, you're locked in at 50-50.
I mean,
you're at the
I
coin
personally,
flip.
like I said, I don't think it will make it.
Well, but if you don't think it'll make it, then you got to go 49%. You got to go a little less than 50-50.
I'll go 49%.
Okay, 49%, 28%. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle.
I think it was very easy for him to be like, well, we're just going to put it back to the old date. And I don't know that enough thought was put into that. I think realistically, this probably comes out next spring.
2022?
Yes.
We'll push it back another year?
Yeah.
Or so? You think that year will people be interested anymore?
No, I think if he misses this date, he's going to lose almost all of his steam.
So.
Yeah, and that's the part of what has me at the 50-50. It's like I said, I'm not saying it would be a good product, but I could see him rushing to get it out to not lose that momentum.
Well, we'll update you. Remember, we're talking, this has to be in production roughly 3.5 months before the release date. So you go backwards from October, September is 1 month, August is 2. This has to be in production to be safe by like July. This thing's got to be buttoned up. We'll just say in a little over 4 months, 4.5 months, this has to be in production. This does not buy you a huge amount more of time.
No.
In the grand scheme. 4.5 months, this has to be a fully done, functional console, functional controllers. The games better be close to done by then, or else you're really, especially the pack games, where you're really going to be running a risk by then. So we'll update you in July. If we don't know for sure this is in production by July, it's going to be in trouble again. But we said the same thing back in August about we'll update you a few months. We'll update you in January. It should be in production by then. It wasn't. And for some reason, they do not announce. As soon as they know it's not going to be in production, that's when you should announce a delay. But for some reason, they wait unreasonably long amount of time to do the real update. They let people hang. So I still people on the Reddit are like, oh, it's still going to come out in April, right? A couple of weeks ago, it's like, no, it's not. They missed their production deadline. There's no way it's going to be produced, manufactured on a cargo ship from China in that amount of time. It just can't happen. Right, is that it on this one for now?
I think that's it.
I mean, as long as they commit these unforced errors, we'll talk about it. We did not want to talk about Space Strikers on its servers, but the fact that they're not playing on an Amico, they're not using the controllers. You can't ignore weird shit like that at this point, and the fact that it's not an exclusive game as well.